Israel, this is probably the most unrealistic video I've ever done. Greece and Turkey uniting. Because, well, Greece and Turkey kind of don't like each other. Well, Cyprus wanted to join one of them, but they both started a war because they didn't want that. But now it doesn't matter because, well, why wouldn't they want them to join? With them deciding to gather Greece and Turkey, since they're in a union, like the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. Oh, wait. In the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth, wasn't it that Lithuanian wasn't even an official language? Well, there's probably more Kurds in this empire than Greeks. And there's definitely more Turks, because there's 80 million people in Turkey, as opposed to like 8 million in Greece, versus 11 million. Should look that up, I guess. So like 90 million people live in this empire. And well, with the Syrian invasion, what's the worst that could happen? They move even deeper. Iran tells them to stop advancing now. And Iran gets really mad. And they call them and their allies into this war. But with Lebanon being crumbled, and well, why would this be a good invasion for them? Well, it gives them access to more water. And let's say Iran didn't have the time. The invasion begins with Turkish troops crossing the border into northern and Greco Turkish troops moving in. Really hard to say Greco Turkish, because like Greece and Turkey don't like each other. As they move deeper into Iran, they manage to cut off some forces in the north. And they decide to launch a Tehran offensive, with them racing down the coast towards Tehran. Was it over here it's supposed to be? Well, Tehran has fallen, with the invasion continuing a few more weeks, till it's finally over. And them moving into here, with Turkey finally agreeing to the peace. Iran agrees to the peace treaty, I mean. So let's see the peace. It's their turn to start invasions up north. But as you can see, they annexed all of Syria and Lebanon, parts of northern Iran, and Khuzestan, where the oil is. Weird, considering they don't border it. But who knows what will happen there. With Greece declaring war on the nations they don't like, and Turkey persuading them to declare war on Bulgaria. With Serbia seeing this as an opportunity in a lifetime, as reason to take lands back, they should be careful. With Bulgaria losing its coast at this point, and well, Turkey doesn't like how Serbia joined in. With Serbia taking the capital of Bulgaria, with Greece taking the capital of Northern Macedonia and Albania quickly as they basically run over these countries. With a capitulation of Bulgaria. Let's see the peace. All of Albania going to Greece, parts of Kosovo, Bulgaria, Northern Macedonia going to Serbia. Not much land. But they're now planning with Croatia and Hungary to invade Romania and Serbia, Bosnia and Montenegro. But they have a different goal now. They decide their goal now is to go into the Caucasus. And also, they sign a secret treaty with Saudi Arabia at this point in the video. The secret treaty is over Iraq, Jordan, Israel, and Palestine, and Kuwait. And well, I just realized how much Neo-Ottomanism is basically being shown in this video. It's like if Turkey worked on making an empire and Greece. With them moving in and managing to seize Baku. With Azerbaijan pushing the front to here. And they take the coast to Georgia before they can finally take the capital. And well, let's help us. Saudi Arabia has broke out. Turkey just annexed all the Caucasus, as you can see, because why wouldn't they? And well, they go to war with Kuwait, Iraq, Jordan, Israel, and Palestine. They even declare war on Egypt. with Saudi Arabia going to move into some lands too. They wanted parts of Kuwait, parts of Iraq, parts of Jordan. But they couldn't get some lands they wanted because, well, Turkey is the one who initiated it, with them moving in towards the Sinai Peninsula. And, well, now they're ready to start the war here. As well, there should be counteroffensives, but sometimes wars don't have counteroffensives. With counteroffensives being sent like every day and failing, with Turkish and Saudi troops moving towards to take Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, which they do. And it basically ends up like the Iraq invasion in 2003. But this war isn't over because Turkey's still sending troops into Egypt. Move around the two major cities, Cairo and Alexandria. And then they move down the Nile to get the rest of the people. There's more major cities. Those are just cities I know. Yeah, I should memorize more cities. Now let's see the Ottoman. But don't worry, an anti-Greco Turkish pact is signed, with a few nations realizing they are at threat for war. I was going to say that earlier in the video, but I kind of forgot. Which, as Serbia, Montenegro forms it, quickly Romania joins, Moldova joins as Romania joined, Ukraine joins, Russia joins, Belarus, and Bosnia gets told, so they join. But they don't know there's other nations, with them promising lands to Finland and Poland to help them. Not only Hungary and Croatia, with them hungry for a war. Well, Hungary is. With the Greco Turkish Union, full of Greece and Turkey. Just kidding. It's actually Turkey, but it's the Greco Turkish Union. And, well, 4 nations joined their side, which was a surprise to the full countries. Although, they launched the first offensive. They call it To Victory, with their troops mostly having been in the Balkans, thinking that would be where the next war would break out. With the capital Bucharest being stole from Romania. And, well, Croatia's ready, so it starts its offensive along with Hungary. With there not being enough troops down here yet to help the front. With a stalemate being formed on the eastern front of Serbia, but on the western front where Bosnia is, they started moving in. With them getting ready to launch a counter-offensive, which kind of goes well at first. I'm calling it Russia's counter-offensive. But don't worry, this is where Poland is able to start its invasion. And, well, with Poland moving deep into Ukraine and quickly taking the city of Lviv, with a plan by Turkey to land in Crimea. And they do, and they quickly take Sevastopol. Sevastopol? Is that how you say it? I don't know. And I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But it's not like I can fix what I'm saying, because I don't know the real way of saying it. It's them moving in, but struggling, because Russia has managed an offensive. But with a counter-offensive being launched again to try to kick them out of Ukraine, Poland doesn't really fall back. With this landing being a stalemate, but eventually they break through with about 200,000 plus troops. And they quickly take a few cities like Mariupol, Melitopol, and, well, Kherson and Myokla, with them moving in to southern Ukraine. With them launching an offensive from Bulgaria, and they do this. And, well, interestingly, they do manage to have some success, with a counter-offensive being done here, which kind of fails. With Romania and Moldova having to surrender as they quickly get occupied fully. With them starting to move into the Caucasus. With Russia's people starting to revolt against this war. And, well, in the south, Turkey has a great time of getting into this region. as they accept Turkish domination, with Volgograd falling, and then, well, St. Petersburg falls. And then, well, Minsk falls. And then, while Ukraine becomes in turmoil, as Belarus capitulates, Russia's in a state of anarchy at this point, with Ukraine surrendering after the fall of Kiev, and the Finnish front lines meeting up. With them moving out of Ukraine and such. And they move in and they capture Moscow. And, well, Russia surrenders, because how can they fight without Moscow? And let's see how the peace treaty. Old lands, Hungary and Croatia gain some land. Finland gained some lands, and, well, Romania, Ukraine, and Belarus, what is left is turned into puppets, with Turkey gaining, like, lands up on the coast of Ukraine, and, like, into southern Russia. The Greco part gains some, like, Serbia, Bosnia, and Romania, and Moldova, and some Ukraine. And you see this line, that shows the difference between the Greco and the Turkish part. It might be better if I turn it a bit green, so it's obvious. And while it doesn't really matter where you are in the Union, you're still in both countries, technically. And, well, it's really a constituent country is how it works, two constituents. And, well, that's basically all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video, Wild Mapper out. Bye, guys.